I sing and play guitar in the band The 92s.
I'm Rob Marshall. I play bass, and I dabble in other things, guitar in a couple of songs in the band The 92s.
We've been playing a lot in like around Central Illinois, ISU, Decatur, here. You know, played a bunch of shows with Mike and Molly's around here. And then we just played up in Chicago in January at Beat Kitchen, which was pretty fun. But lately we've been writing for our full length, which we'll probably record in the summer.
Yeah.
Put out in next winter or so. Ish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. Raking in the ladies. Well, both of us are kind of wiped up right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there have been a few ladies.
But yes.
There have been a few enthusiastic people, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's a good way to put it.
That's as in-depth as we're going to get.
Yeah, there's been no ladies.
No.
Unfortunately.
There's been none.
You go first, I guess.
I think she's unimpressed. She's a better singer than I will ever be, a better musician than I'll ever be, so. I think she likes our music. I think she likes Dan, but yeah, she's unimpressed with me, I would say.
My girlfriend likes us a pretty good amount.
Good.
She comes out to our shows. You know, she's into it. Her family's into it. Her family comes out to most of our shows. It's been pretty good.
More songs?
Yeah, more songs
That's
is
one.
definitely number one. I'd say, like, at least how the songwriting has been coming along this far. I've just kind of embraced certain aspects of Don't Bury Me in Void a little bit more intensively this time around. You know, I usually write like pop songs that try to, you know, throw a few little extra music theory things in there, like just little things like putting in a, you know, measure of like 7 here or there, throwing in like a not too complicated polyrhythm or anything, and I've been trying to kind of embrace that side a tiny bit more. So I guess that's kind of what we've been heading into, and also just a little bit more like, I don't know, you can explain from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
I'm a little too close to them since I write them.
Right. Coming into it, the band kind of started as Dan's music, and we built the musicians around it. And now that we've been playing his songs, the first album was all Dan stuff. The second album was mostly Dan stuff. We helped him out a little bit. Now we've kind of found an identity as a band, so we've been doing a lot of collaboration. He'll come to us with, you know, with ideas, and we'll kind of build as a band on those ideas, which is, it's been excellent. So I think this album's going to be a little bit more like that, a little bit more.
Yeah, should be more focused, and we're all going to play on it, whereas in the past, I played everything on all the records. So, it'll definitely sound probably more like a rock record, I guess, rather than, I did a lot of crazy stuff with like percussion on the old ones that is harder to replicate live. So. Well, Rob and I played in high school a lot, a little bit in like this pop punk band I had in high school. And so we wanted to do something kind of ever since I got down to Champaign. And so I had these songs freshman year, and I just made a record just on a whim. I didn't know if I was gonna like actively pursue music in college, but eventually I just gave up and made a record and sat on it for a while. And then once I started getting ready to play shows, I hit up Rob first and met our guitarist Matt from in a creative writing class here, and then our drummer I met through some of our friends. So it just kind of came together. And we didn't even start playing as like a full band until last April. I think we like did just acoustic stuff for a while, and that's why the second EP is still just my songs minus everybody, because we still weren't really like fleshed out yet. But now we're pretty solid as a unit, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I have a big SUV, and our guitar player Matt has a really nice video camera, and I had a bunch of old water bottles laying around and some masking tape.
Yeah.
So we pretty much just taped it to my dash and drove around and sang some songs. I had the idea for a while, just because I've been told by a lot of people that we needed some video content to put out, which is probably a good idea. So yeah, we just kind of wung it. We didn't really have a plan. We put up a video of folks, and now we have a bunch kind of sit on the back burner that we're going to release every so often. We just did one for El Scorcho the other day, too. So,
yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, the first time we did it, we drove around Champaign. Our drummer wasn't in town, so it was just Dan, Matt, and I, our guitar player Matt, and that was fine because, you know, it was Champaign. The police are a little more lax in terms of trafficking.
Yeah.
But then the next group of videos we did was in
Chicago.
Chicago.
South side of Chicago.
Yeah, just outside Chicago, and that was a little scarier because I think
there were plenty of cop run-ins.
Yeah, there were a lot of cops
down,
out that night.
Kind of looked at us. So I don't think they could do anything about it, really.
Yeah, I mean, we were just driving around with our lights on, and we had a guitar in the back.
It was still kind of weird.
Yeah, it was intense.
But yeah, I plan to put one out, I'd say, like once a month. That's my goal, just to kind of have something that's consistent. And I hope to do something that's more like a professionally shot traditional music video sometime soon, but I don't want to put out something that looks like amateurish, so I'm sure that we're going to need some like cash before we do that. I like Peanuts a lot.
Yeah,
yeah,
me too. I love them. I mean, that didn't have anything to do with me. So
that was still kind of when I was running the whole shit. But yeah, I do love all of the Peanuts characters. I recently went to the Charlie Brown Museum at the Museum of Science and Industry, which was awesome. Or the Peanuts Gallery, whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, I like Peanuts a lot. I read them all the time as a kid.
I like the shirts, so.
I have a bunch of different, and plus, people just buy that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's a lot of what it's about. People like to buy those shirts. We're on our second print now, so that's good.
I think they're pretty cool. I think they're a staple of American society, and they work well with indie rock band shirts.
They do.
You know,
people love nostalgia.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I'd say I've always had the idea that by the time I graduate and kind of get settled for a while, I hope that we can like do a lot of like touring, and hopefully the pinnacle would be like to make it out to South by Southwest in some capacity sometime. Other than that, just kind of continue to establish ourselves in Champaign and Chicago as much as possible. I mean, those are the two markets that we kind of tackle heavily right now. So,
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, as far as my personal role in the band goes, I really am looking forward to getting involved more in other instruments, and, you know, being a bigger part of the songwriting process, kind of on a smaller scale, and then, yeah, on a bigger scale in terms of, like, where we want to go. I think traveling more, getting to play shows in other ridiculous places would be cool. South by Southwest would be awesome.
Yeah,
so
stuff like that, or CMJ, or whatever. Anywhere that will take us, we'll play, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
Any show. Yeah.
Can't take my money. Oh, you can't.
We're playing playing Mike and Molly's February 9th. So in like 2 Saturdays or 3 Saturdays. And whenever you put this up, Saturday, February 9th. And then we'll be playing a bunch more shows after that, but we'll have our full length out hopefully by the end of winter this year, like as in this December-ish. But that remains to be seen. We'll see.
You can take my